Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream, and this time I'm testing out a new algorithm on Group 1 Stradbroke Handicap Day tomorrow at Eagle Farm. I am sat in the pitch dark and I was meant to have a light on, but the light was just in front of my head and you couldn't see my face, so I've decided to go in the dark. So it's a bit scary down here late at night, but we'll roll with it anyway. So basically how this is going to work is I have got punters.com.au up here. We're going to, for each and every race, hover over this download button, press on the spreadsheet, and it'll come up with like all these statistics in Excel. And then what we're going to do is, well, you won't be able to see Excel on my screen. I'm going to copy and paste from Excel into this workout sheet in Google Sheets where you can see it as a viewer. And it'll pop up with all these statistics here, and I've taken the most important statistics that I think are beneficial in finding a winner, and I've popped them down here. So I just tested out race 3 at Sandown just to check if it worked okay. So it's going to sort, the first one is age. So if you're 6 years old or down, you get 5 points. If you're 7 or above, you get 0 points. I just think 6 and under is the premium age for a racehorse. The next one is weight adjusted. So because I've got, and you'll see later down when I explain it all, because I've got average prize money and all that involved, it suits some of the top weights. So I've decided to put a little handicap in for the bottom weights so they're not disadvantaged. That's why I've got up here the little formula: 70 minus weight carried divided by 1.5 gets that number here. Then we've got average prize money divided by 5,000, so it's just a small number. This is a mare's allowance, so mares carry 2 kilos, for everyone that doesn't know, mares carry 2 kilos less than the boys, just because to make it fair. But to make it fair on this, we have to minus 1 off the mares. This one is barrier, so I've got this number here which says 9. It's the median of the barriers of the race, and if you're within that median, for this case below 9, you get 3 points. If you're above 9, you get 0 points. I'm a little bit kinder to the horses that have gate 10 or 11 here, I would say, because they're so close to the median that I'll just override the decision of the computer and give them 3. This one, H and I columns, are trainer and jockey statistics. So that's the trainer and jockey strike rate in the last 100 rides / runners they've had, divided by 5. The next one is, what's this one? K2. That's career place strike rate. So I was going to do win, but then I thought, when I do maidens, none of them have won. So I think place will be better. That's why it's the place. And for this one, it's, well, it'll change, but for this case tomorrow at Eagle Farm, it's the good track times good track win rate divided by 25, which gives all these numbers, and all these numbers combined gets a little score here. And obviously we're going to take the biggest score, second biggest, third biggest, fourth biggest, and put them into a top 4, put them in my little Google Doc Stratty Day thing here. And then, yeah, so these are the 3 tabs I've got open. For the people watching at the moment, my microphone has been playing up a lot recently, so I advise not having me on full volume, because my microphone might just have a spasm attack at any moment and go super loud. So if that does happen, just put it in the chat. Your microphone's off, otherwise I'm going to be sounding like you won't be able to understand what I'm saying for the whole video. So, without further ado, we're 4 minutes and 15 seconds into the live stream. Let's get on with race 1. It is the listed Wayne Wilson Stakes. Yeah, listed Wayne Wilson. So that loads. My face is covering it at the moment, but I've got Eagle Farm up here. That downloads. I've got all the horses here. I'm copying it all from Excel. Control C, Control V, and there it goes, it loads. And for this column, I'm just going to delete the row so it doesn't interfere. Delete Truffle Finder, where's delete row? There it is, and Name Dropper. So what we've got to change manually is the mare's allowance. So for Deny Knowledge, Cotty, and I'm not sure what's happened there. Here's the first mistake of the night from me. Okay, I think I know what's happened. Hold on, let me try and fix this. Well, that didn't work. I think it did. Why is that moved up? Oh, because I moved the row up. Okay. Hold on. I know what I've done wrong. Just bear with me for a second. I'm going to have to manually scroll across. Oh no, this is going to take forever. Well, we might as well just relax tonight and wait for this to load. I'm going to have to go all the way to row C something to delete everything. The most interesting thing about the first race is that Deny Knowledge is running for You Long, trained by Anthony and Sam Friedman. So here we go. We've made it. Delete. Please tell me that went okay. I think it did. All right. So as I was saying before, the things we've got to change manually are the mare's allowance. So we're going to have to put -1 for Cotty and -1 for Deny Knowledge. Also, what we've got to change is what everything is divided by, so that it's fair. Actually, the mare's allowance goes down by more. That's meant to be 1.4. It's 1.4 tonight because I changed it back to divided by 1. Alright, so we're going to need to change this. So my main focus is getting this about 4 numbers between first and last. So I think I'm going to sort all these by 10,000. I'm going to do it for all these. And then this is just alright. This is alright as well. Maybe. Actually, I might go 10 tonight for these two. The first race is going to take the longest because we're just figuring everything out and then we're on our way. Go all the way down here, because when the Stradbroke comes around, this whole thing will be full. I think we know who the top pick's going to be. And this is no way market influenced at all. There's no pricing anywhere involved in this little algorithm. I reckon that looks all right. So, the top rater is Freedom Rally. And I'm pretty sure Freedom Rally is the favourite. So it's Freedom Rally ahead of I Know a Star, Poison Chalice, and Cotty. I don't think there's any that we need to promote. Cotty's drawn gate. Where's the barriers? Cotty's drawn gate 8. We might. No, I'm going to leave Poison Chalice there. Alright. So, I'm going to be a slow typer because I've only got one hand free. So, Freedom Rally is on top in race 1. At $1.95 by, I think it was 4.2 points. That's actually quite a bit on this algorithm. 2 is, who did I say 2 was? I Know a Star. Actually, no, I'll put it for 5. Oh, I've gone off center now. Oh, I've gone off center. We're just going to have to deal with it. Otherwise, it'll take forever. I Know a Star's at 460. So it really is reflecting the market. So it's a good way to know if the market's doing its job or not. Poison Chalice in for third at 750. So we could get one at double figures in any of these races and go, wow. Over trialing this algorithm for the past couple of days in the country Victorian meetings, it's really good My top 4 is really good at getting the quaddie. Like, it got the early and late quaddie today at the Ballarat Synthetic, and if you had 100% of the quaddie, would have made a $500 profit. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. And in for 4th, Cotty, who's at $26. Yeah, Cotty's at 26. So that's race 1 out the way. Hopefully I know a star can drift back into the middle here somewhere to make it look neater. So Freedom Rally's a long way in front. 4.2 in front of the second horse is a long way. As we move on to the next race. So now what we do, if I try and remember all the steps, go to race 2. The Mark Hinkler Handicap over the 1200. This one's a little bit of a bigger field. The field limit for the Google Sheets caps off at about 20, so we're going to have to cut out some of the emergencies of the Stradbroke and just not analyse them at all, which is not ideal, but it's just what needs to be done. I should have made it a bit bigger and will do in the future, but we'll see how we go. Alright, so all that information's in, so it should all appear down here, which it does. I'm going back to 2. I did 2 for every other day, so I'm going back to 2 for everything. This can probably increase, I'm going to say, to 5,000 this time, just by visual judgment. Mare's allowance, we're going to go for 8, 10, 11 and 13. 8, 10, 11, 13. These can stay. This can stay. No, I'm going 25 for this one. Had to think about it, but it's going to 25. And this one can stay. Alright, so it looks like our on-top selection is Paray ahead of Go Wanji. So Paray's on top and it hasn't got the barrier. That's pretty good. Paray ahead of Go Wanji, ahead of Nashira, ahead of Mishani Sniper. Yeah, that's going to do us. I reckon that's a good top 4. Paray's the favourite at $2.10. And I think it was 1.2 in front. Of Go Wanji, who's in for second at $19, so that might be one to keep an eye on. And in for third, we had Nashira ahead of Mishani Sniper. Nashira, $11, number 14. And Mishani Sniper at $18. So in the market, we've left out Willinga Beast and Miss Hellfire. It's very hard typing with just one hand. Alright, that's race 2. Now moving on to race 3. We're averaging about 5 minutes per race. So this live stream should end in hopefully just over half an hour. This one is going to be a bit of a tricky one because they're all 2-year-olds, and because we saw by average prize money and average place strike rate, the ones that have had one start for one win are going to rate perfectly. So we're going to need to just be cautious with 2-year-old races here and not delve too deeply into anything. So see how we go. This is a big field, this. Alright, copy, Paste. Bang, it's there. So, just before we go, mare's allowance for all the bottom ones. Okay. This one, this one, this one, this one. This one's going to have to be dumbed down quite a bit. At least 10. I might go 15 actually, just to make it fair for everybody. I'm being cautious for this. Oh, what's going on here? I don't want new Cortana. I'm being cautious here because it is a 2-year-old race, and as I said, there's horses that have had one start for one win and would have rated perfectly. All right, that'll do. That can stay. That can stay. That can stay. That can stay. Cautious of that. Yeah, good tracks don't apply for 2-year-olds, I don't think, so we're going to have to work our way around that anyway. It looks like our top rater is Depth of Character. That horse is at $12, but it's one start for one win. Is my microphone still alright? Look, it is. Look, this race, it's a 2-year-old race. Don't trust this algorithm for 2-year-old races. Depth of Character, we're going to put it in anyway, but be careful. I wouldn't say bet because... Oh, I bowled it. Even though I said before, if we get a double figure, then it might be a bit exciting. For 2-year-old races, don't worry about it. It's not applicable, if that's a word. Ahead of, let's go Peace Center. At $19. Yeah, this one's getting some weird results this race. Appellant, I think it's at about 60 to 1. And finally, we'll finish it off with the favourite. I think it's the favourite, Embassy at $4. Yeah. So the market doesn't have control over any of the races, which is why we see so many skewed or random results for 2-year-old races. So I wouldn't trust that. When we have sufficient data and a decent enough sample size for races with older horses, it works pretty well. And I think it'll work well for this one because these horses have been running forever. All right, let's go. Race 4, Brisbane Cup. 4X Gold, Brisbane Cup, 3,200. Group 2 event. I think the favourite's mostly cloudy for us Victorians. Hopefully it can do something. But we're about to see if it has passed the test, if it has got the top score on the algorithm. Paste. Alright, we're going to have to delete all these again by doing this. So, this will be fun. We'll see how all of this algorithm stuff goes tomorrow, and if it goes alright, might be back next time there's a Group 1 meeting interstate that I can sink my teeth into with a bit of statistical data analysis. Alright, delete. I think we're ready. Let's go down. This, I reckon, is all right. No mares allowances for this one. All good, all good, all good. What are we gonna do about this? I reckon this can I reckon this can go to 10, although I'm not a massive fan of it. I reckon it can go to 10. Just for this race. Oh, Mostly Cloudy, I think, has got it 1. Just before I forget, I think Depth of Character was 0.9 ahead. Okay, Brisbane Cup. Looks like our leader is Mostly Cloudy. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I said it was the favourite before. $2.40 for Mostly Cloudy. It's going to be our on-top selection. 2.4. And it's 3 ahead. 3 ahead of Captain Envious, who is 2 ahead of Tappy's Lad, and then Warning. But be wary of Goldman and Allegron. 5 and 6. They've both drawn pretty wide. Allegron's slightly better. Casual Connection is drawn 8, and the median is 6. So I might increase Casual Connection up to 3rd pick because it's close to the median and it's got 0 for its barrier. And I don't know. I might leave Tappy's Lad in there. Maybe, how old's Warning? 7. I might put Warning ahead just because he's only 1 ahead of the age. So don't pay too much attention to 3rd and 4th pick, but definitely Captain Envious in there for 2nd. I'm waffling a bit too much. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing here. What was I saying before? I reckon Warning and Casual Connection. Let's just do that. Warning 19, Casual Connection 34. What number was Warning? 8. Warning 19 and Casual Connection. Is at 34. And that is the Brisbane Cup. Move on to the Gunsynd Classic. I'm pretty sure this is a 3-year-old race. So again, this might not be too accurate and we might have to make some adjustments. But we'll once again see how we go. Download spreadsheet. Hope everyone is enjoying this so far as much as I am. I'm having heaps of fun doing this. It'd be even better if a few favourites can get up tomorrow because it looks like it's pretty favourite dominant, to be honest, judging off what the algorithm has produced so far. But this is a big field, so will it be right again or wrong? We're going to have to make a few adjustments, I am predicting. Alright, lot of horses. This is no good. Crusail's way too far in front. I'm going to dumb that back down to 20,000. And that's a smart move. Got to beware for mare's allowance. That's going to apply for 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, I've already done over half of it. Alright, that looks alright. Jockeys and all that looks good. This one is a little bit too high. 20 for all of them. 25 for all of them. I changed my mind. All right, out of this big field, it looks like the top raider is Razors. Razors is the top raider. Invincible Spy is prominent with 23. Dangerous Liaisons is prominent with 23 as well. Is there anything that needs to be given a little push to because of their barrier? Amur would be the only one prominent. It's drawn 12 and the median is 9.5. Nah, Amur's staying in for 4th, I'll say. Yeah, don't know. But we're going to have Razors on top. It is $5. It is in the market. I don't know if it's the favourite or not, because I can't remember looking at the odds before for this race. Ahead of Invincible Spy at $6.50. Gee, it's doing a good job of getting the horses that are in the market. That's why I'm excited when one pops up at a big price. Maybe Dangerous Liaisons. It's at 26. That could be an interesting one. And Amur, who was at $19 for Jimmy Orman. All right, we are over halfway through this card. What was it, $19? $19. So, on top selections are mostly favourites so far, but there's a few double figures in there. The next one is a Group 1, and it is a 2-year-old race, so don't know what we're going to do, but we'll see what the algorithm spits out. Is my mic still working? I think so. Okay. Well, there's one horse for one start for one win, so if that pops up at 80-1, there's something going wrong, but I'm pretty sure Broadsiding will be on top given its average prize money earned. It's way higher than the rest. How many horses are in the JJ Atkins this year? 14. All right, we're going to have to get rid of a few from the Gunsin Classic. So it's going to be that long deleting of rows. All right, these down. So the JJ Atkins was won last year by King Colorado, for all of those that didn't know. And very surprised, this trainer doesn't win too many Group 1s, but the trainer of King Colorado was actually Kieran Ma, which surprised me because he doesn't win a whole lot of Group 1s. So, but King Colorado's done naught since, unfortunately, for all that crew in with him. All right, I was just waffling there to try and make a conversation. I've just got a yellow thing that's appeared on my big computer up there that says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So that's good. Hopefully you're all still can hear me. All right, that's a much too high of a number. That's going down, Yellen Timber, to, I'm going to say 50, 60. I want it below, there we go, 60 will do. But although that pushes Broadsiding down, it pushes everything down. Mare's allowance for El Morzillo, Emilius, and PB Noir. All good, all good, all good. Not good. 50. I'm going 50. Broadsiding has never won on a good track. That's surprising. But it's still clearly on top, Broadsiding. The favourite, $1.75 it is. One Broadsiding. And because it's on top and it's number one, it's messed up all my in the middle of the Google Docs 4.1, 0.01 behind Freedom Rally's domination of a thing. What am I doing now? So Zuna is prominent ahead of Mr. Artemisia, ahead of Buzasto. Bitter Creek could be improved. What barrier is it drawn? 10, no. Yeah, 10. So it's right next to the median. Bitter Creek, I'm going to put up to third. And Mr. Artemisia is going to be in fourth. So Zuna is in for second at 850. Oh, why is that going back there for? But I think the next three races... Oh. Because number 2, it goes back to the start. I'm just going to put 2 here. Zuna there. I've got another 3 to come. Bitter Creek. Eight. And Mr. Artemisia at 9. Gee, it's really gravitated towards the market fancies. This algorithm is smart. So for meetings that don't have the market, just use this and you can basically see who's going to be at the top of the market, apart from, your horses in there at double figures, but that's all right. We move on to race 7. It is the Dane Ripper. It is for the fillies and mares. It is over 1,300 and it is at Group 2 level. Sponsored by Magic Millions. Let's do this. There's pretty much a lot of data in this one because all of them have had a fair few starts. As this is taking a while to load to Excel. It's getting a bit weary, the old laptop, but it'll get through, hopefully. Yeah, the next one after this is the Stradbroke. It might break my laptop, the Stradbroke. Bang. Paste. Bang. Alright. Oh, there's one that we've got to get rid of all the way. PB Noir. I don't know much about the Dane Ripper Stakes, so I can't talk about that. The Stradbroke was won last year, but think about it. He went on to win the Everest, and then he came back and done nothing. He lost that $1.65 race to Private Eye and Bella Nipotina. Can't remember what the race was called, but it was some expensive race that New South Wales have. And now I'm not sure what it's doing or what's going on with it. Anyway, let's move on. This can be increased. I'm not sure what's going on with a bounding. It's got 50. Should I stick with 50 or go to 40? I don't know. No, I'll go at 50 because it's a better number. Gee, I don't know. I didn't know a bounding had so much average prize money. Well, there's no mares allowances because they're all mares. All good, all good, all good. This can increase slightly, I reckon, to 25, and that'll do us. On top, just Chinny Boom ahead of a bounding, and they've cleared right out. It's those two ahead of Aureus Angel, and then Coevalent, who's just ahead of Revolutionary Miss. Does any need to be promoted? Maybe Coevalent. It's drawn 13. So, yeah. Coevalent might be going up to third in replace of Aureus Angel. And that'll be it. Okay. Chinny Boom is at $3.90. So it's found another one right in the market. 9 Chinny Boom. I remember watching Chinny Boom win last start at about 60 to 1. I couldn't believe my eyes. And now it's $3.90. It is 0.02 ahead, I'm pretty sure, of Abounding at $11. Abounding might be a good roughie. Even though it's not that big of a price, $11 is pretty big. If you're going off what this algorithm's thrown up already. Coeur Volant is at $5.50. And then we have, who did I say before? Aureus Angel at 23s. I feel like Revolutionary Miss is like got to be the clear favourite. Oh no, it's at $12. It's not well respected by the market too much. Alright, so it hasn't found Say Magique. It's now trained by Chris Waller and ridden by James McDonald. Not found that, the algorithm, but that's going to be it for the day in Ripper. Now the big one. Now, as I said before in the video, for those that have just tuned in, I don't have enough spaces to fill out the whole Stradbroke field, so we're going to have to cut off a few emergencies, which I don't think will be too much of a problem because I don't think there's any scratchings anyway. So, for example, there's 23 in it, and this thing only goes for 21 horses. So I'm going to have to scratch Aureus Angel and Safrado. I don't even think Freedom Rally's going to get a run anyway, but those two are out. All right, let's go for the big one. Hopefully this doesn't break my laptop. We're going to see who the algorithm has on top in the Stradbroke. Will it gravitate towards the market again, or will we get something at about 50 to 1? I don't think so, but we'll see how we go. Oh, gone too far. All right. The big one here. We go. It's pasted. Oh no, one too many. Hold on. It's only got 20 horses. Let me try that again. So, straight Acer is not going to be analysed. Yellow Brick is the last emergency to get in so that my laptop doesn't break. Here we go. Take two. Bang. What have we got? Alright, that looks better. Let's first look at this. I reckon this is alright. This column is alright. Could go to 60. I am going to 60 because I feel like it. Mare's allowance. 1, 2, 4, 14, 17, 18. 1, 2, 4, 14, Samana, 17, Steffi, and Roll on High. All good, all good, all good, all good. All right, what have we got here? On top, I reckon Stapati is the leader here. Stapati looks to be on top in the Stradbroke based off this algorithm. Benedetta is close up. Magic Time is close up. And then in for fourth, it's a bit of a lottery. Freedom Rally will get it, but I'm not sure if it'll run. So I might have to do a top 5. Is there anything that needs to be promoted based off the barriers? Antino. The median is 12. Antino's drawn 20. I don't know. It might get 4th, Antino. It might get 4th. Anything else that needs to be promoted? Valana, I think, has drawn 14. Oh, that makes it really tight with Antino, and I might just go Valana just because I was impressed with it last week. But then I'm bringing my own mind into this. Samana's actually really close up. If Samana's drawn inside Valana, That rhymes. I might go for Samana. Nope, it's drawn 22. Doesn't matter. So, at the moment, Benedetta, Magic Time, Stapati, and Freedom Rally are the top 4. But because Freedom Rally is the first emergency, I'm going to do my top 5. Yellow Brick is also an emergency, which means I have to do my top 6. I might put Valana in. I reckon I'll put Valana in. Alright, enough wasting time. Stapati is at $12. I guess that's sort of in the market for a Stradbroke. Stapati, 12. It is how many points ahead? 1.1. That's actually alright. Freedom Rally at $14 is the next one. Just. Then we have Magic Time 11. Benedetta 12. Don't know why it says 3 there. Just ignore that. 12. And then it's Yellow Brick. And then it's Valana. Yellow Brick, $19. Gee, 9 people in the stream. Let's go. That's not a lot of people, but it is for me. 20 Yellow Brick. And then I said Valana, didn't I? Valana is at $6 and will be my 4th selection if those 2 emergencies come out. And then we're left with the Caulfield Cup qualifier. The Hong Kong Jockey Club World Pool Q22 last year. Won by Without a Fight, who went on to win the Caulfield Cup and the Melbourne Cup. There's Craig Williams. Let's download this last race and see what the algorithm has to offer. Gee, I'm hoping this tips the card tomorrow. Especially if Stapati wins the Stradbroke, then it'll be like, wow, this algorithm can actually be used more often. Alright, let's go. Paste. And we've done it. So because obviously there's 18 horses in the race because of the fact that it's a Caulfield Cup qualifier. Now, the winner of this race, the only horse, I think, if it wins this race that can win the Caulfield Cup is Adelaide River. James McDonald goes on. It's second up. Without a Fight won this race second up last year. So I think if Adelaide River wins this race tomorrow, gotta have something on the futures for the Caulfield Cup, definitely. All right, let's see how this last race is treating us. I'm going to go back to 50 for this column. Mayor's allowance. Well, Val and Declare's always right up there because he won the Melbourne Cup and got a stack of prize money there. No Mayor's allowances apart from Amakura. All looks good, all looks good, all looks good, all looks good to me. Looks like the top pick for this race will be Adelaide River. Adelaide River on top, ahead of Light Infantryman. Ahead of, have all these horses got the same weight? So it's like a weight for age. It's a weight for age race. What was I saying? Adelaide River, ahead of Light Infantryman, ahead of Faulkner Park, ahead of Naval College. Anything that needs to be promoted from the barriers. Youngwerther, no. Kovalika, maybe. What's Kovalika drawn? 9.5 is the median. It's drawn 12. Alright, Kovalika is getting promoted. Actually, no, it's not. I'm leaving Kovalica out. Adelaide River is an import, so it might not be the best push from the algorithm perspective, but it's at 750 to end the day. Gee, I really hope this wins now. Now that I've said what I said about the Caulfield Cup before the algorithm did its thing. Light Infantryman at $13 in for second. This could be a good way to blast out. So after this, we'll just recap all our tips, and then I'll end the live stream. Faulkner Park, 4.2. Naval College, 19. What number were they? 15. Faulkner Park, 4.2. And Naval College, who is at $19. And Adelaide River was 2.8. So, if we were going off this algorithm, if we were going to go for a sure thing of the day, the horse that was highest rated above the second one was Freedom Rally in race 1 at $1.95. So, if you're looking for the best or the horse that's most likely to win on this Eagle Farm card, Freedom Rally, probably just ahead of Broadsiding. Mostly Cloudy is prominent, and Adelaide River at $7.50, 2.8 in front of the second horse is actually a pretty big number. So Adelaide River, it'll be interesting to see what it does. In terms of any value plays, maybe Go Wanji in race 2. That horse was pretty close to Paray. Race 3, even though there is some roughies in there, it's a 2-year-old race, so I wouldn't be too confident heading into that race, because 2-year-olds give the algorithm a little bit of a tough decisions to make. Dangerous Liaisons could be one, but it is a 3-year-old race, so it's slightly not true or unrealistic. Can't think of the word there, but Dangerous Liaisons maybe. Nothing here. Maybe if Abounding, maybe $11. Stapati was on top in the Stradbroke. Light Infantryman. I think the best roughie, judging off all that, is Go Wanji in race 2. So overall, best bets are Freedom Rally, Broadsiding, Mostly Cloudy, and Adelaide River. Best roughie is Go Wanji. Alright, I think that might do us. Thank you everyone for tuning in on this Friday night to my preview of the Stradbroke Handicap day from Eagle Farm. Hopefully this algorithm works wonders tomorrow and it tips the card. But yeah, until next week when I do my preview for Flemington or wherever they're racing in Melbourne, bye for now.